Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today we're just going to be running through the new Alliance quest. It's finally been updated. I mean, it's about time. It's been a long time with those pretty bad rewards for what actually tends to be quite a high cost. So we might finally get our money's worth or glory's worth for the the amount of glory that you're paying. First is just just in this introduction on the screen is just our last fight with a tumor with just the Magneto guidance pre-fight. It just helps you fight him a lot easier. Obviously gives that passive stun, so he can't be stun immune or he can't shrug it off. Obviously makes it way easier to fight him. And then actually it turns out to be not too difficult fight, especially with that steadfast buff on you. It means you can unblock those special attacks he has. So then he becomes the easier of the options out of him or himself or Shuri. I still manage to mess this fight up. I do it every time. I don't know how I do it. I can see what's going on and I know I've got those steadfast, but I still manage to get hit by his unblockable SP2, so that does hella damage really. But like I said, this video is just going to be breaking down the new Alliance quest store. We've had the war update. It's about, as I've said, it's about time we get that Alliance quest update. So I'll have a on screen after this fight. There'll be sort of all the details of sort of what the new rewards are, how much they cost, the glory earning, what you get for ending the Alliance quest with 100% explorations and defeating the boss. That's ideal, and we'll get onto that once Ultron takes down a tumor. Sort of let me know in the comments who you think's easier to fight, a tumor or Shuri. Obviously in this one you have to fight a tumor because it's the event quest, but on that side quest, the reliquary, let me know who you choose to fight. I mean, I think a tumor's way easier than Shuri. At the beginning I thought Shuri was really easy, and then that the untouchable and things like that just started to cause such pain that I thought I'll move on to a tumor and try that, and that seems to work out way better. So leave a comment down below or leave a like, and let me know who you think's easier to fight, and this fight will be over. We'll move on to the Alliance quest. So I've started Alliance quest again. I sort of was previously in an Alliance that wasn't great and didn't really bother with Alliance quest or sort of a good war. So we never really got any good rewards and didn't really bother. It took a lot of time. Obviously when it's on, you can sometimes forget about it. But as you can see on the screen, here's sort of the new Alliance quest. So there is a few nodes and there is different bosses. I think there's a Scorpion boss that is being released. However, there's a lot of information in that, a lot of bits for you to read out your own. I know a lot of people, what really matters in MSOC is those rewards. So we'll sort of move straight on to those rewards. So the first thing to start really is that there are no longer Alliance quest sort of victory crystals or crystals you get after completing. Kabam said, they've sort of finished those. They weren't really worth it. I mean, to be fair, they never really held their worth. They weren't really, that worth it. They were a bit of a waste. And to be honest, I never really bothered. If I got one, I wasn't that amazed. What was in it was never really any good. So at the end of the day, it was sort of worth it. So obviously, as with all rewards in MCOC, the Paragon will be the best, Thronebreaker, and then it seems that Cavalier and Uncollected are sort of merged into one, which is a shame because there is a big difference between them. Or I think there is anyway. Sort of to get to Cavalier and to Thronebreaker is a big jump, but I mean to get to Uncollected to Cavalier from Uncollected is also, you have to take a pretty hefty jump as well. So I don't know. I guess that's down to personal opinion, but nevertheless, we'll jump straight into it. So what actually are the rewards? So with all the rewards, they have sort of pushed you to play the high maps. Obviously, previously with the bad rewards wasn't really worth it, but now they're sort of pushing those high rewards. So for Paragon, you can. So all of these, I'll be saying sort of the limit first, so you should be able to see it on screen, and then how much it is. So you'll be get the limit of 10 tier 5 class catalyst, 5% fragment crystals. Not bad, for a Paragon player. Would they want more than that? Yes, probably. A tier 6 basic fragment, 5% of that. There's only a limit of 5, so 25% every 7 days. So is that really worth it? And then a tier 3 alpha fragment, 5%. Again, a limit of 5. Is that, obviously it's worth it, but not probably for how much you actually have to do. 5 a quest a week, 5 a week. It's not really worth it. 25% a week. Yeah, it's more than what you're already getting, but for the amount of effort that you have to put in or extra grind, is it really worth it? Probably not. Then with the Thronebreaker rewards, you've got tier 2 alpha fragments, so 50% of that, but it's not 2021. That's past it. 5-star rank 3s, rank 2s, or 6-star rank 2s, rank 3s. That's what you need that for. You don't need that for, your rank 4s and rank 4s and 5s, are the way to go now. A tier 5 basic fragment, 15%, again, not worth it. Tier 3 alpha fragment, 5%, yes, okay. Tier 6 basic, 5%, yeah, okay. They're both limit of 5, so again, 25% a week. Dunno. Then a good little bit is that you've got uncollected gold crystals, so that's in everyone. A limit of 10, but they cost 40 glory each, 400 for quite a lot of gold, hopefully, if you're lucky. And then tier 6 ISO, they also have a limit of 10, but they cost 40, so again, very worth it. That's for everyone, including uncollected and cavalier. And then for just the cavalier and uncollected, you've got tier 5 basic fragments, 15%. There's a limit of 10, they cost 240. Again, probably worth it if you're an early cavalier, but if you're a cavalier for a long time and you're close to Thronebreaker, it's not worth it. And then tier 2 alpha, 50%, 10 of those, and they cost 160. So that's better than what we already get, but at the end of the day, it's not really worth it. Yes, it is for an uncollected, very worth it for an uncollected, don't get me wrong. For a late cavalier, not worth it, but for an early cavalier like myself,